How you doing? Antoine Hall, and I'm reviewing Picking Cotton, Chapter 13. I would have to say that throughout the book was a good reading. I want to say that in the chapter 13, I was a little bit upset, and I am understanding of where Jennifer was coming from, but she should have felt a little bit remorseful for what she had done to Ronald, and actually falsely accusing him, and him having that many years of his life taken away by something that she had done. And I just actually want to say that, Jennifer not only did that and was non-remorseful, but she also was still in fear of Ronald. When Ronald was an innocent man, she still was giving him, a lot of different, she was still charging him, and I just didn't understand why she still was afraid that Ronald and his family members would come back. Of course, you would think that he was more upset, but as I will elaborate a little more on chapter 14 on Ronald, I will let you know that, he had been through a whole lot of different things, that he wasn't really out to get her or anything like that, but I can understand where she would think that he would be out to get her, and I can understand where she came from when she's saying that, how could... And she just was a little upset because she had chose the wrong guy, and she just was feeling like the world was on top of her shoulders because she did take that life, but I don't think that she was a lot remorseful. I'm sorry. Hey guys, sorry about the sunshades. I had to put these on because my wife doesn't really actually know how to turn the light off, so I apologize for that. But what I'll be speaking about right now is chapter 14 and Picking Cotton. I want to say that Ronald, he was a little out of order when he came out. He didn't have a job. He didn't know a lot of different things to do. He had to learn how to start driving all over again, which his sister Tootie actually helped him out with doing that. I was really excited in that chapter because Ronald had actually met a young lady that he was working with, and she had actually known him, and she felt, what was wrong? Sorry about that, guys. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties. I want to give a thank you to my wife that's behind the camera that's doing this, even though she don't really know exactly what she's doing. But moving forward on chapter 14, Picking Cotton with Ronald. Like I said, I was very excited that he found a young lady that was very understanding of where he came from and gave him the love that he actually needed. But I was also saddened within the chapter because I was also upset that Ronald's dad had been in this nursing home, and he had been going out there to see his dad every Sunday, and then for him to find out on the day that he was going to his wedding reception that his dad had passed, that was very heart-wrenching, and it was a different change in the chapter for me. And not only that, another different change in the chapter for me was I didn't understand that this man had spent all these years in prison, and here it is that he's only getting $5,000 through he got the governor gave him the pardon for, the innocence, but this is a lot of time that someone's taking for his life, just like Larry Kingdom said, just like the guy that called in said on the Larry King show, that, what if he would have been executed? What if they would have gave him that? It's a lot to think about. Like I said, that was a very good chapter, and I'm glad that Ronald actually still went to his wedding reception. I'm glad that he still actually. I'm glad that he still went on with it, even though he was a little bit happy, he was a little bit sad. And his mom was sitting there, and like his mom told him, Ronald, your dad was always said that you were innocent, and your dad always spread the word that you were innocent. And even when you were incarcerated, your dad was always proud of you. Please tune back in. I will be coming back up in chapter 15. Thank you. You gotta let me know when the... Okay. Here we are with chapter 15, and I want to say that I am very, very proud of Jennifer and making the decision that she's going to go reaching out to try to meet Ronald after they've done the show, you know, and after hearing people say how nice and all that stuff he was. But I was very, very, very saddened in the way that her sister spoke about Ronald, you know, that she didn't owe Ronald anything, and try to persuade her that she didn't do anything wrong. You know, that this man had lived a wrong life in his past, and that she probably did him a favor by getting him incarcerated. You know, it just made me very, very upset that someone would say something like that. But I can give Jennifer a lot of respect in not listening to the decisions that her sister was trying to put onto her and try to persuade her not to go meet Ronald. You know, that it wasn't good for her kids and that a lot of different things might happen. You know, but like her dad gave her the pat on the knee, and if that would make her happy, but every time she lifts the can off of garbage, it's going to stink. I was kind of lost in that word, in that phrase right there. I don't know if they would talk about Ronald or if they would talk about her current situation. So I was kind of on the flip side about that. Now, if he was talking about Ronald, that was wrong, because Ronald was innocent, man. He was innocent. Now, if he's talking about her rape in that certain situation, is going to stink. Well, a lot of times something like that, her talking about it or her doing meeting whatever she got to do to make herself feel good within herself is great. You know, will work for the next person, might not work for the next person. So,
all right.
Yeah, I'm back. Picking Cotton, chapter 16. I just wanted to say that I found it very, very brave of Jennifer to come and meet Ronald at the church. And, you know, I really didn't see the need for the other officers and the prosecutor and all that stuff to kind of be there. I mean, it still kind of felt to me like a little bit out of place, because here it is, Ronald's innocent. I mean, I guess they could have had somebody else there that could have been a different police officer or something. If I was Ronald, it would have made me feel a little discomfort or whatever the case may be. You know, I'm glad that at some point in time, all of them had the opportunity to sit right there and cry and get everything off their chest. And like Ronald said, you know, he was a man of God, and, you know, what would anger really do for him if he was to sit right there and actually be angry, and that assure her that she doesn't have to look over her shoulders anymore. You know, she don't have to, when he's not going to be there when he turn around. And, you know, I got to really say that, you know, Ronald's wife is a very, very understanding person. You know, she was trying to help Ronald out, and, you know, she really cares about Ronald. She went to church, she came back, and she said, well, you know what, Ronald, it's not my place to not really want to let you get down to the bottom and get your feelings the way that you want to express, and get rid of all that stuff. You know, it was like she didn't, it's kind of like, how can I put this? She didn't want him to go because she cared that much about him, and she was trying to figure out what was going on. But as she talked to other people, she found out that it would be into Ronald's best interest for him to go and see what Jennifer had to say, because here it is that this is a lady that said that she wished she could push a knife through his heart. So he just wanted to assure her, and he's already a little bit skeptical. He's out of prison. He's taking people, you know, with him so they have alibis. He's walking through stores so that he can get on top of the security camera and things like that. You know, he's a victim too. Like everybody said, everybody played the victim in that part. And that was to sum it up a little bit about chapter 16. Thank you.